Hello, y'all. Happy July 17th. This is Gorgeous Responds, and I am your host, Gorgeous. Before I get started today, I do want to say big shout outs to my new subscribers. I did come up with some new subscribers, and I really appreciate y'all for subscribing to the channel. I promise you, I'm gonna always give you my best effort each and every time. This channel is about social philosophy and political philosophy primarily, but there will, be some entertainment here and there, which, I mean, this video might be a little entertaining. I don't know. It depends on what your inclination is, but I'm always give y'all, the same type of direct approach to everything. So thank you for the new subscribers. I hope y'all having a great Wednesday out there. Well, we have a Thursday morning where I'm at down here. Today I do want to respond to a situation which we have on social media. Once again, I mean, everything's by social media nowadays, right? I mean, we got to see it. Well, we have a situation on social media involving, of course, millennials, Generation Zers, right? And you can tell by the way I'm laughing, it's something that's a little out there, right? But we have a situation on social media, in particular Facebook, in which we have a ginormous group of individuals pledging to basically storm the top secret, most famous government facility on Earth, Area 51. So we have a bunch of people on Facebook. Basically, it started off as a joke, allegedly, in which some guy who apparently posts on his Facebook page, hey, let's go storm Area 51, and let's go see them aliens. And it started off that way. Apparently, it's just something the guy was just, posting nonsense, right? I mean, what else do you do when you don't work, or you don't have a 9-to-5 job, or you're not doing anything that's productive in your life? You just get on Facebook and you just spat off stuff, right? That's what a lot of people do. That's what a lot of millennials do. Either that or you playing video games, which in case he probably was playing video games and got tired of playing video games, so he went on Facebook and started spouting off. I mean, and again, when I talk about millennials on this show, I just want to let everybody know that we got a saying where I'm from that goes, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. If it don't apply, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. I'm not talking about each and everybody out there who is a millennial. I have brothers who are millennials. I have my two sons. I have two sons, and both of them are millennials. I'm not talking about, and both of them are smart, by the way. Lucky me. I'm not talking about each and every millennial, so don't get your head, all, shriveled, or you want to, get it all red, and you want to be in a tizzy about, hey, this Gorgeous is, talking bad or bashing millennials, downing millennials. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, a lot of millennials out there, I have noticed, I'm a Generation Xer, but a lot of millennials out there, I have noticed, are a bit, thrown off. They do stuff that, I only see that has been done since this tech age has really taken off. And that's all I'm saying. Here's another case in point what we have on Facebook. Some guy apparently spouting off, talking about, basically invading Area 51, and he's trying to get people to join in on, the fun. Apparently it started off as a joke, but some other bright bulbs, right? They saw it to be a good idea, so they started, say, yeah, of course, yeah, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? So, it got life and grew some legs, and apparently now it's off and running. The idea of going to the Nevada desert and meeting up with a bunch of strangers, people who you know nothing at all about whatsoever, and you want to storm the most top secret government facility on the face of the planet, Area 51. Talking about, let's go see them aliens. Let us see them aliens. Y'all, I mean, it's funny, but y'all, this is not a joke. And they actually have 1.3 million people who have signed on to this pledge to meet up on a set date, which apparently is September 20th this year, a couple of months away, to meet up about an hour and 20 minutes. Apparently is the meeting point, about an hour and 20 minutes, where you get 1.3 million people. Talking about, let's go see them aliens. And they're meeting up outside of West Las Vegas, about an hour and 20 minutes outside of West Las Vegas as their meeting point. And then from there, they're going to, travel into the Nevada desert, in which, they have basically a game plan. They have a spreadsheet in which millennials, like, so they have a spreadsheet of 9 teams, like 9 teams, like attacking from different areas of the field to get to the main point where they feel like, the aliens at. And so they have, things surrounded, on, with 9 teams. And, that's their strategy. That's what's on their spreadsheet. It's all posted, it's all on Facebook, like for everybody to see, including the federal government, who basically said that try it if you want to, if you come up in here, things, will get dangerous. And they already have, armed guards that are all around, they call them camo guys, or, they wear camo, and they're all around the Area 51. And they're armed, and basically they have the right to use deadly force. Anybody who is not obeying their orders to basically exit the premise forthwith. They have the right legally to use deadly force on whoever it is that is disobeying their orders. And so, they have this spreadsheet with these 9 teams on it. And yeah, so basically they're planning to meet up September 20th. You know, now people, what I want to tell y'all is that, all right, so aliens do exist. All right, Portuguese exists. All right, we have, you know, reasonable evidence that even Bigfoot exists. We have other creatures out there that are in our world. You know, a lot of people who heard about the rake. The rake apparently does exist. You know, there are a lot of creatures out there that we have not come across that you know, are out in our world, in which they have life and they have existence. It's just that we, you know, don't know much about them because we don't see them as much. They're in hiding. You know, they're in self-preservation. It's not saying that these creatures are more lethal than we are, or they're even more of a power here on the planet than we are. You know, obviously you know, the earth is populated by animals, you know, and the human being is at the top of the animal food chain. The human being is the baddest animal on the face of the earth. The human being has conquered the earth. Just as the dinosaurs had the earth conquered when they, you know, marched and stomped in their times. The human being is the predominant animal on the face of the earth. So, you know, just because these other creatures out there who are in hiding, you know, wherever, you know, nook, cranny, crevice, hole, forest, you know, be it that they're invisible. You got some of them that are invisible. You know, they're Portuguese. And sometimes you can see it. Sometimes you can see them and sometimes you can't. You know, we have spirits. You know, nobody knows about the afterlife. You know, what's going to happen to, you know, one's body. Do our spirit live on? A lot of people do believe that, you know, the afterlife consists of our spirit actually living on. A lot of religious people, obviously, have those beliefs in terms of, you know, what happens to one's spirit. You know, what the stuff that's in the human being that makes the human being whatever particular individual that particular human being is. That stuff right there. You know what I'm saying? Not just the material. Everything that's material that makes up that particular human being. What about that stuff, you know, that gives them that voice, that gives them that vibe, that gives them that, you know, that charm, that intellect, that energy, you know, that goofiness, that weirdness, you know, that, you know, everything that makes up a particular individual, that spirit, right? Where does that stuff go? You know, we know everything else pretty much rots out. Skin and the, you know, the important organs, everything that encompasses the internal, you know, as well as the exterior in terms of material, we know that pretty much rots out. Besides the damn bones, the bones appear to carry on, as we found, you know, obviously millions of years old dinosaur bones in the dirt. You know, obviously we find human being bones and, you know, all kinds of bones. So the bones appear to stay, but everything else does rot away. So where does that spirit go? That. So there have been sightings of spirits, and I believe that a lot of spirits stay right here on the planet, personally. But there have been sightings of spirits. I mean, do your own little research. You'll find some stuff. But all these creatures that I mentioned about, they're out there. Like like they're out there, y'all. I mean, what you want me to tell you? You know what I'm saying? Have I ever met up with one? Not that I can recall. I feel like if I have, I would have, remembered. I can't recall it, so I'm gonna say no. What could I meet up one in the future? Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. But again, we know human beings to be the dominant force, the predominant, animal, the predominant being on the face of the earth. That's what we know. You know what I'm saying, right? So these other animals, these other creatures, what I'm saying, y'all, I feel like a lot of them I feel like they exist out there. I do believe they exist, just because, like, do a little studying and you'll find out some stuff. But I feel like they do exist, but I feel like they're a little less of a being than the human being. I feel like the human being is still, Captain Kirk, Captain Crunch, Human being is still the top of the food chain here on the planet in terms of creatures. So, these things do exist, and what else is there to say? But the idea that you got a 9-team force of strangers that you're planning to invade a top secret governmental facility that you feel like harbors paranormal and alien life forms, as well as UFOs or UFO material, and you're planning on invading this top secret government station, in which also we have the Air Force that does tests there. They test their planes there. They test. It's also been a nuclear test there, so they do some tests there for the military as well. And the military, military has responded as well to this pledge that's online, saying that, they can come if they want to, but it's gonna be dangerous. And that's all they basically said. It's gonna be dangerous. Now, what does that mean? I guess if they go, they're gonna find out what it means. That's what they said, though. And like I said, they already talking about these guards, and I'm assuming, it applies also with the military. They have the right to use deadly force. So, I mean, it's just crazy, y'all. We living in the video game era. Like I said, I mean, these kids, they get all these images in their head with all this stuff that's on social media, with all this stuff that's on the internet, right? I mean, throughout human history, I'll tell y'all, we've had people that have been sharp, and we have people that have been thrown off, or we'll just say thrown off, right? People that's been sharp, people that's been thrown off. In this area, in this age which we have the tech age, we've seen a lot of people, a lot of smart people come in and apply themselves in the tech age, start off a tech company, bam, made a lot of money, and we've seen a lot of initiative. We've seen a lot of new millionaires, people that's actually taking advantage of the strides that have been made, with technology. And they've made millions, and some have made billions. So that, smart people, you know what I'm saying? Like, smart people. And then we have these nincompoops that, like I said, just a little bit thrown off. And they don't have anything to do. Because, apparently they can't keep a job. A bunch of people out here working people. What are they doing? They playing video games. They getting all these just, absurd images in their head, like on a consistent, every day or almost every day basis, for hours. These absurd images and, just, clustered in their head. And then what do? They get on Facebook where they can talk to the world. You ain't got nothing else better to do with your time. Like, this is the era. This is the video game era. This is the tech era. I say all this right here about the tech era, but tech era can be very helpful. It can be very good. I'm just saying that, when you have these unstable, little bit thrown off people, then we have to always be circumspect in how we, unleash this type of format and this type of capability, because a lot of people aren't really, cut out for it, because they aren't really necessarily trained. There's not really good structure there for them to train themselves and to be developed, to be more level-headed in how to approach, certain things. Particularly when you got a bad, son of a gun like, the big bad internet. So, yeah, it's crazy. Are they going to do it? We're going to find out. But I just wish that, our young people would do a little bit more with their time, instead of trying to go on a suicide mission and, trying to get, millions of others to march on that same suicide mission with them. Like, you're not seeing any aliens. You got a better chance of going somewhere deep in the woods in some of these rural areas, in some of these rural states where you've had, different sightings of, different paranormal creatures and so forth. There's more than a few of them. Than storming the Arizona desert to get into the Area 51 facility that you say that you think houses alien life forms. So y'all just be careful out there. Some millennials are watching this that are, already signed a pledge on Facebook. Don't do it. Like, don't do it. It ain't gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. All right. So anyhow, y'all, I just wanted to drop that on y'all tonight, and thanks for watching again. Shout out once again to my new subscribers. Want to get those subscribers up, y'all. Hit that for me and subscribe. I really appreciate you, and y'all have a good day. Thank you. This is Gorgeous Response. I am gorgeous.